Good morning, everybody, and a happy Tuesday morning to you. I have power. Oh my. Now, lots of people have been asking how I've been getting by these last few days, how I'm uploading stuff really quickly. By day 3, it became obvious we were going to need a generator. And so we bought one. It runs on gasoline. And then we had extension cords running through the house. This is a cord that ran to the refrigerator, but that's how I charged my phone and kept up with things. Now, really quickly, a big thank you to Anne, who sent me these water filters off my wish list because we were having to filter our water. Very helpful, along with those rechargeable bulbs I was telling you about. Somebody sent me this. These are the products that people were like, here, I'll make you feel better. But they didn't put a name in. And then Angela sent me these items. You guys are fabulous. You have lifted my spirits. And to Miss Edwards as well. Thank you guys so much. Just taking a hot shower today was a big deal for me. Oh my God, you just don't realize it till you don't have it. All right, so we have a lot to cover today. Let's jump in and get started, shall we? Let's go. Let's go back really quickly to the gala at the LA, hospital that Meghan Markle walked the red carpet. Lots of pictures on Instagram from a lot of the people that were there at I guess you would call it the party where they sat and ate and were entertained. But no pictures of Meghan Markle, even the group picture that showed all the name, the big A-list people, Meghan Markle was not there. Now, again, these articles came out. This is from People magazine. And what People magazine reported was that Meghan was inside the event and then she went out a side door because she had to get home to the kids, essentially. The wording makes it sound like she was thrown out. And then Us Magazine says, oh yeah, she was back there and she took pictures with Kelly Zafin. Well, maybe they'll pop up later. But then you have to wonder about Kelly Zafin with Meghan, because apparently Kelly is an idiot and it's Meghan who shines a guiding light for her and does everything for her. Now, these pictures, when you look at them a little closer, it clearly shows that Meghan has control of her hand, is clutching onto her. You have to wonder if Meghan has some social anxiety or what the problem is that you literally grab with your fingers onto somebody's hand like that. Here's what I think happened. Kelly is an ambassador for Children's Hospital, and I think Meghan went as her +1 because she couldn't get there otherwise. This picture above took me back, though, to this event where Harry and Meghan went for the last time with the Royal Marines. And Meghan grabbed Harry's hand and was clasping and rubbing, and it irritated him because eventually what he did was he took his thumb and he clamped down on her thumb so that she would stop rubbing his arm. Remember, this is the time they were late and there was a standing ovation going for the band, but they thought it was for them. Now, you should know that on Instagram, this Kelly Zafin put up this beautiful post about LA Children's Hospital, but then put up a post about Meghan. She's so fabulous. She's so warm. She's just my best friend. And then she goes on to merch everything that she's wearing. It was right about this time that a blind item came out saying Meghan has no friends from high school and they certainly wouldn't be sharing things about their children with her. And also she made sure that everyone knew the designer of the dress, even though she didn't get it from the designer and it couldn't be altered because they wanted to sell it to somebody else. That was a loner. All right, let's move on to our next story. Now, we know that Harry recently had his 40th birthday. We were inundated, absolutely inundated with stories about how Meghan was going to throw him this huge A-list party. And we know that the day before his birthday, he went to Tyler Perry's birthday party. But now, of course, it's being reported that on the day of his actual 40th birthday, Harry spent it with his friends and not with Meghan. Supposedly, allegedly, he went on a hiking trip, and he even made no mention of Meghan in his birthday message, which we are already aware about. Now, at this time, right after all of this happened, he's off in Africa. He's been gone the last 15 days, and now, of course, he's extending. That's a long way to be away from your kids, a long time. What happened to the whole generational pain thing that he was whining about his father never being home? Seems to me like he's doing the exact same thing. Express came out and said that Harry was going to be doing a hiking trip up in the California mountains to mark this special occasion. However, in the Cold Springs Trail, as I reported to you guys previously, the Cold Springs Trail was on fire. Therefore, Harry could not have gone there for the hike. So I will be very interested to see where they say next that he went. Oh, and by the way, they're now claiming Meghan set it up for him. So here's what I think happened. I think Harry and Meghan couldn't get a whole bunch of A-listers to show up for the party. Therefore, there was no party. And it's being said that a lot of the celebrity friends that Harry and Meghan have been horrified by the attacks on the royal family. We know that the Beckhams want nothing to do with them. You haven't heard anything anymore from the Obamas. All these A-list people that allegedly they were friends with want nothing to do with them anymore. Why do you think that is? Now, moving on to the next story, we've heard this for a long time that Meghan is going to do her memoirs, but right now she's holding off on them. And why do you think she's holding off? Well, for the sake of peace, she says, because she wants to share her truth. And why shouldn't she when she's endured so much, they're saying? Do you all remember when Meghan did the CBS interview for the Parents Plus network with Harry, what she said? Let me remind you, because I told you then it was a threat. This is what she said. When you've been through any pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it. I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience, but I do believe that I would never want somebody to feel that way. And I would never want somebody else to be making those sorts of plans. I said it before, that was a threat. Remember, it was said recently that in order for them to reconcile with the royal family, she wants a groveling apology, which is something she's never gonna get. And so now she's just gonna spill more stuff. Haven't we already heard everything in the Netflix, in the Cut, in the Me You Can't See, in the Oprah show? We've already heard it all. This is nothing but a threat to the royal family. That's all. Meghan hasn't learned every time she attacks, it looks bad. All right, let's take a look at this. Don't forget, Harry was just at Travelers talking about eco-warriors and, taking care of the environment, etc., etc. Well, we know that so far this year, they have taken what amounts to 3 trips around the world, over 24,901 miles. That's a lot of trips. That's a lot of planes. That's a lot of carbon footprint. Rules for thee, but not for me. We've already discussed that. So let's take a look at what they did. In January, they went to Kingston, Jamaica for the premiere of the Bob Marley One Love. It was 5,582 miles round trip. And let's not forget that even though they were with other people, they went on a private jet. Then in February, Harry went by himself to Heathrow to see King Charles after Charles was diagnosed with cancer, then to Las Vegas. He flew those two commercial. However, he then flew to Vancouver for the Invictus Games 1 year to the countdown event. That he was with Meghan. So, of course, that was a private jet for a total of 13,546 miles. In March, the two of them went to Texas for the International Women's Day at South by Southwest. That you can see there. And then Harry went to San Francisco for the Better Up Uplift Summit. Total 3,144 miles. Just as an FYI, that's Mindy Kaling standing there with Harry, the one who just did the cooking show. In April, the two of them flew to Florida for the Royal Salute Polo Challenge. That was 4,436 miles round trip. That was also done by private jet, and that's when they were filming with Nacho for polo. In May, Harry flew to the UK for the Invictus Games Thanksgiving service at St. Paul's. And then he met up with Meghan at the Heathrow and flew to Nigeria. We know that private jets were taken in Nigeria. A total of 26,362 miles. In August, Harry and Meghan flew to Colombia, more than likely by private jet, and then Harry flew to the UK for his uncle's funeral, again, more than likely by private jet. total 17,868 miles. In September, Harry flew to New York for Climate Week and then flew to the UK. Both times, we don't know how he got there, so I'm going to assume again, private jet, for a total of 5,920 miles. Harry then left the UK and flew to South Africa to visit the Sentebale charity, and then he flew from Lesotho to Johannesburg, and that does not even include the trip home, 6,050 miles. So let's be honest, they have been caught using private jets constantly, even when unnecessary. That's their preferred method of travel. So this whole thing of travelist is a joke. Let's move on. All right, I want to touch on this really quickly. They're saying that Harry feels trapped in the United States. He cannot leave because he can't bring the children to the UK without Meghan's permission because she's the mother, and he's already gone on record saying it's too dangerous in the UK for him and the children. So he can't divorce because there would be a custody battle for the kids, and he'd probably lose. He's admitted to the UK being unsafe. He's admitted to drug use. The guy's an idiot. He can't leave until the kids are 18. Oh, well. Finally, these divorce rumors about Harry and Meghan have just hit a fever pitch. Harry spent his 40th birthday away from Meghan. He's been gone for 15 to 17 days away from Meghan. They literally are living separate lives. It's being reported that Harry wants to return to the UK, where his friends are, where his family is. He absolutely hates their bid for stardom with Netflix and Spotify. They're being ridiculed. He misses England. He misses playing sports with his pals. He misses going to the pubs. And the life that Meghan has in LA is completely different. All of Harry's friends have to be vetted and approved. And, it's just become too much for him, I think. Now, while they have, the articles say they have had disagreements, they're still going strong. I beg to disagree. All right, I apologize. That was super long. I try not to make them too long. But hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications, which you will not get. And then go down into the description box and hit the link for video number 2. Let's go.